What's up, guys? Okay, so I'm trying something I've never done before. I'm gonna draw like a realistic picture on this here cutting board. It's gonna be a cow's head, a little baby cow. So what I do when I'm wood burning, at least a little bit, I try to mark my main outline, especially if you're shading, because otherwise you get really into the shading. You can't erase wood burning very easily. And when you get really into shading, you forget about perspective. So I try to at least do my main points. So this is a little cow that's chewing, and I'm kind of excited. So I'm from the Midwest, so cows are big out here. There are lots of cows. So I'm just gonna bust right into it. I'm kind of excited to see how this turns out. So when doing the hair, I'm just gonna do my top lines of all the little hair pieces first. And I'm using this right here, this type of tip. It's really good for straight lines. And it really does, it burns really nicely. Hot burn. Like some tips I notice, like they'll give you like a little bit of a mark. This one gives you like a big thick mark, which I like because I'm super into dark, like very clear lines, almost as if you're drawing it with a pen. Not everybody likes that style, but I do. So I'm going through drawing my straight hairlines, or my top hairlines. Sometimes you get too into like, well, how am I gonna connect these lines? It's really an illusion most of the time, so I like to start myself off with pieces of the picture so that I don't get too hung up on exactly how something's gonna connect to the next, because I tend to overthink it. So for me, this just works better. So far I've got this. And I like the little baby cow's head. It's so cute. Baby cows are adorable. If you've never seen one, you should check it out. I knew what I was doing, but what was I thinking? Okay. Now I'm getting on the ears. I'm excited to try a realistic drawing / wood burning on a cutting board. I've never really done realistic, but I feel like for me it might be, I don't know, easier. Because when you get into like geometric patterns and flowers and all that type of stuff, you have to make the lines perfect, or at least that's how I feel about it. I feel like I have to make my lines all perfect, and with realistic, it's mostly about shading and, you know, kind of going with the flow. As long as you got your perspective, then it's really just heating it up and getting it on. And if you're just starting out with wood burning, remember, there's always gonna be some stuff that comes up that you're not gonna expect, and you're gonna be like, oh, I ruined this piece. Like, you didn't ruin it. Like, every piece has its flaws, and I feel like I've never had a perfect art piece in my mind, but a lot of people like them. So it's kind of like, you might not think it's perfect, but it is probably way better than what you're thinking it is in your head. Especially if you're gonna put these in your house. Like if you're making this for your own kitchen. Whenever I make art for my kitchen and my house, I get a lot of really good feedback because I don't think people expect it. Especially I don't think they expect you to have made it. So really just anything above crayon drawings is like, oh my god, you did that? Kind of thing. So hello, darling. It's nice to see ya. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. How's your new love? Are you happy? Hope you're doing fine. Just to know it means so much to me. I love Conway Twitty. Country died with him. 'Cause I'm sorry, but Old Town Road, Florida Georgia line, ain't nobody hold a candle to Conway Twitty. I like those people and bands, but old country's where it's at. Also, once your wood burner warms up, most of the time your tip will move around a little bit. If you tighten it, you gotta do it very carefully, because if you over tighten it, it'll mess up the threads, because these are really soft metals. So if you do what I'm about to do, make sure you don't go too hard, because it will ruin your wood burner. And it's usually only like a millimeter of difference. So much to me. Hope you're doing fine. Just to know it means so much to me. Alright, let's try some fun stuff now. Cool thing about this tip is it's flat, so you could use the backside for sharp lines. You can use this part for shading. It's awesome. I really don't think I've ever shaded with wood burning before. I mean, I've done little bits, but not like a whole piece that's shaded. So I'm kind of excited to see how it looks. Hope everybody's day is wonderful today. I am literally so tired. And this is my days off. I am just always so tired. That's retail for you, though. You got most of your social energy that gets used at work, and then the little bit you have left you gotta use on your family, which you want to do, but you almost don't have anything left to give when it comes to doing things you like to do. But you just gotta push yourself to do it anyway, because you'll end up being happy in the long run. So this is what my shading looks like so far. You can't really tell that it's shaded from the camera view yet, but you will be able to, I promise. So, got our back drawn almost. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. I think I might do my ears real quick. So for me, I know a cow's like face look pretty well, so I don't need to really look off of a picture. I usually would need to, but in this case I just don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw my ears in. Let's see. So the very bottom, when you're shading in a realistic picture, I don't know how to describe this, but say I'm drawing this ear, what's directly under my line is going to be the darkest area of the ear, and then you just work your way out from there. And you're going to want to add hair in. If you're doing a negative space like this, if you have lighter colored hair that you're drawing in the picture, make sure you mark that off so that you don't color it in, because you can definitely do that on accident sometimes. There are so many times where I've like been wood burning and I like just take the wood burner right over a spot that wasn't supposed to be colored in, and I'm like, ugh, what am I doing? Oh, I just burned some hair, my own hair. That's okay. Are you happy? Hope you're doing